Okay, so a lot of you guys ask me, how do you pull girls in high school? And I will say this much, it's actually not that difficult. Trust me, I've been in school for over 12 years, and I gotta say, it's one of the most easiest things to actually pull girls. A lot of people look at me and look at my videos and think, oh, there's no way this guy could actually pull anyone. Like, people would only like be with him if he's like famous. And you gotta understand, back when I was in high school, I wasn't famous, nor did I have this YouTube channel. And to be honest, I didn't really have anything. I was just a basic high schooler with a really nice sports car and basically driving around enjoying my life. But here are the main ways that I managed to pull girls in high school, and I'm gonna be telling you guys my biggest secret on how to pull girls. But first, if you need a new game on your phone, I suggest you guys get Raid Shadow Legends, the sponsor of today's video. Raid Shadow Legends is one of the best games ever because there are a ton, and I mean a lot of bosses to fight that drop amazing rewards. That's if you're able to take them out. Like, for example, there's an insane dragon you can fight in this game, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it can poison you, and it's got fire breathing, so it can decrease your attack. Or if you're not afraid of spiders, there is a spider queen that can spawn a ton of small spiders at you. But luckily, all 4 starter champs come with a powerful AoE attack. But that's just only the start of how awesome Raid Shadow Legends is. And that's right, Valentine's Day is coming up. So for players right now and players that download the game are able to enjoy the Raid Love Quest. All you need to do to get involved is download Raid Shadow Legends, and also with the link down below, put in your player ID and enjoy the quest that is running from February 14th to March 14th. There are a ton of Valentine's Day mini games and also a chance to win some awesome prizes like an $1,000 Amazon gift card. Like, who wouldn't want that on Valentine's Day? And for players that already play the game, make sure you guys go down to the link down below to find a special promo code with this link that you guys can also get to play this awesome love quest. But that is not all. Well, there's an awesome raid event happening right now this month where there is the Forge Pass Season 7, where there'll be more events where you can earn anniversary points as a 3-month-long 4th anniversary Titan event. Oh, also, if you're an Amazon Prime member, Raid Shadow Legends has Prime Gaming drops that features Genbo, the Dishonored and powerful Void champion who's really strong in PvP. So I suggest you guys don't miss out on this. And if you haven't started playing Raid yet, click the link in my description or scan the QR code on screen here and you can get unique bonuses up to $35, including an epic free champion, Joden, and also a bunch of other awesome stuff. Anyways, back to the video. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba and welcome back to another insane, I guess, teaching method. I don't know, I wouldn't really call this a story, but there's stories built into it. But at the same time, I'm basically going to be teaching you guys how I pull girls. Because a lot of the time when I tell these stories, I mostly just say I riz them up, but none of you guys really understand what rizzing is, apparently. Like, the word riz has been recently made, and none of you guys know how to actually use it, which makes no sense to me because it's very common and very easy to actually riz up a girls. But today I'll be teaching you guys how to do it. So it all starts off, I want to say, when you're in high school, what should you be doing to pull girls? Well, first thing, make sure you guys take a shower. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, one thing I gotta admit is that when girls look at you, first thing they look at is your hands, your watch, your teeth, and on top of that, what shoes you're wearing. And no, I don't mean go buy Jordans, okay? I know so many of you guys go out there and buy like these new Air Forces, Travis Scott Air Forces, or whatever kind of shoes you guys wear. And I'm gonna say this right now, the only shoes I wore in high school were a pair of Vans, okay? And I managed to pull more girls than the guy wearing Jordans. So I'm saying that right now, girls don't care what kind of shoes you're wearing in reality, as long as you know are looking presentable. By that, I mean, I would just buy clothes from H&M or your basic, most classic store ever, and basically wear the most like normal outfits. And by normal, I mean just casual outfits. I would never try to go overboard wearing Bape and stuff. I'd never try to wear like over the top jewelry or walk around with my pants to like my thighs. Like, I just don't see a point in that. I mostly just acted like I was a normal person from an actual normal family home. That sounds really mean to some people watching this video, and if you're one of those people, I apologize, but I'm just talking about my methods, okay? You can talk about your hood methods in a future video. Anyways, going on, I remember basically what I ended up doing every time I go to school is I would wear a basic pair of Vans, basic jeans, normal sweater or hoodie, and basically go to school. And when girls, every time they would come up to me and approach me, or let's say I go and approach a girl, you gotta understand, I would walk up to them normally. I wouldn't walk up to them saying, yo, what's poppin', girl? Like, how you doing? Like, no, I'm sorry. I'm not from the 1985 cartoon films you guys watch. I would mostly walk up to them and say, oh, hey, like, my name's Bubba. And I would shake their hand. Yes, I would literally shake a girl's hand. You gotta understand, with most females, you gotta really realize that when you want to go talk to a female, you gotta make some form of touch. You know what I mean? Like, you can't like literally go up to them and touch them by like their cherries and be like, oh, how you doing? Like, no, you gotta make some form of like soft connection. And by that, a handshake would do just that. You guys really don't understand. The slightest touch could make a female super happy. And also, it makes them have a sense of, oh, this guy's not gonna hurt me. Like, he has soft hands. I don't know. It's just something dumb that I realized as I was in high school, and it just kind of worked since then. Another thing I would always make sure of every time I want to go like approach a girl, or basically when a girl walks up to me, other than than shaking their hand, I would always like let them talk the most. Now, this is gonna sound really mean and really sexist, but this is like a very common thing that everyone just knows at this point, I feel like, in life, and that girls like to express themselves. You guys always see on the internet, or basically any chick you guys ever looked at, they talk more than the average guy does, okay? If you talk too much as a guy, you're gonna come out as really cocky. And trust me, as a guy who has like a YouTube channel and basically lives by himself and has a lot of fun with his life and used to drive a really fun car and stuff, I love talking. Hell, like my whole life, my whole channel is about talking. But when it comes to women and me like walking up to them, as much as you want to talk about your favorite Call of Duty video game or your favorite hobbies or how much you got your car for, just let them talk. That's the one thing that guys don't realize. Let them speak the most until they want you to hear them. You know what I mean? Because a lot of girls express themselves and talk a lot more. And don't get me wrong, you can ignore half of the stuff they're saying and have filtered hearing. But me, every time I would talk to a chick, I would like let them speak as much as they can until there's a topic there that I can actually talk a part of. Then when you realize how you're passionate about the same thing, that's when you really start pulling in the riz. Like for example, there was one girl back in my high school that was a really big fan of anime. Now me, I didn't watch a lot of anime in high school. The only anime I used to watch was Naruto, and that was like the best anime ever and the only anime I'd probably ever enjoy. And I remember she was talking about anime over and over and over again. Don't get me wrong, she was a hot Asian girl, but at the same time, I just wanted to have some form of connection with her so I can maybe go do the Devil's Tango with her. So as she was talking about anime over and over again, I remember I decided to like be like, oh yeah, I watched some anime. And then she started talking about a bunch of different animes to the point where she said Naruto. Then I talked about how she's cute like Sakura. And boom, one thing led to another. It's flirtation, and yeah, boom, I got her Snapchat right at that point. You gotta understand, there's always gotta be some form of connection and reason for a girl to at least have a conversation with you or add you on any social media. Don't get me wrong, you could do the natural approach where you walk up to a girl and you're like, yo, can I get your Snapchat? But at the same time, once you add her on Snap, what are you gonna say? Hey, I'm that guy from the street. No, dude, like that's not gonna do anything. So that's just another thing you gotta make sure of. So now that we got clothing down, and on top of that, how you should approach a girl, I guess, in any way, now comes the third part. Actually talking to them aftermath. You know what I mean? Because obviously, after having one conversation about anime or anything with one connection is not gonna be enough to do the Devil's Tango. Now comes the part of actually just flirting with them. So flirting with them is one of the things that's actually pretty easy. Okay, flirting with them has to be like one of the easiest things that any guy could really do. Like for example, talk about how like attractive they are and how attractive like them doing something is, and even just making a slight joke. But don't go too overboard where you start making a joke about everything, because it's super weird. And on top of this, I know a lot of guys have ran into this, so I'm gonna clear this up right now. Okay, like easily clear this up. In no way should any, and I mean any guy, have to talk down about any other guy to pull the girl. Talking down on someone else makes you look, well, desperate. Okay, like I remember there was a guy back in my high school. I would talk down on like other guys in high school that the girl was used to be interested in to make himself sound better. But all that always led him to be was just someone that's really two-faced and no guy ever likes. Because I remember one guy did this, and that one same guy ended up becoming, well, hated throughout my high school for being super two-faced, and no girl ever trusted him. Yeah, it's very common. Okay, so now comes to the last part, and that's actually going there and doing the Devil's Tango. Now, one way to really do this, I gotta say, especially in high school, it's very difficult because a lot of girls talk, okay? And obviously you don't want one girl telling all the other girls, oh, like I'm talking to this guy, because obviously you want to leave your options open. That is why you always leave that sense of, well, flirtation and always decide to hang out with her outside of high school. Unless you really want her to be your girlfriend, then obviously approach her in high school. But once I have a form of connection with a girl, I would never approach them back again in high school and decide to always go out and hang out with them. And once you're out with them, that's when you kind of know you're in the bag, okay? Because like half of the girls I've actually like hung out with in high school, you gotta understand, I would never actually hang out with them in high school. I would hang out with them outside of high school, meaning I would hang out with them out somewhere, you know, go out for bubble tea or something. And one thing leads to another. If you really want to bring them to your place, talk about how you have something cool back at home. If not, then let them see if they really want to do it. And at the end of the day, also one final thing I need to mention is never, and I mean never, force it on a girl, okay? If a girl says no, that's when you should be all off, hands up in the air like you're getting swatted, and dip, okay? Because a lot of guys like to force on women like, hey, like you should do the Devil's Tango with me. And you gotta understand, at the end of the day, as a guy, it's always the girl's choice to know what they want. And in no way as a guy do you have the right to argue, because, you know, it's a girl's body, their choice, you know, all that stuff. And that is basically it. That is the most common way that I pulled girls back in high school. But at the same time, this was just one of my methods of pulling in high school. You gotta understand, understand, yes, I have over like 130 bodies. Okay, I have 130 body count. A lot of people are asking me what's my body count, and that's a story for another time. But you gotta understand, having 130 bodies, we're not all in high school. Okay, I didn't do 130 girls in high school. I did 130 bodies from grade 8 till now, since I'm 21 years old. There's many ways to pick up girls on the street, on the clubs, and those are all videos another time that I am down to tell you guys. And if you guys want that, we'll leave a like and subscribe down below, and also subscribe to the channel, okay? Because only 67% of you guys are subscribed. That's not fair, dude. Anyways, like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories and, well, awesome tips like this. All right, peace out, guys. All right, yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and today's video is actually something very different. So this video is gonna be very different from what I usually do. Obviously, if you guys can't tell, it's not a story time video, because usually it'd be story time brackets and stuff like that. But you guys decided to ask me a question in one of the comments in one of the old videos and ask me, how do I get girls? Give me some tips. And honestly, this is actually a video I really wanted to do, but at the same time, it got me thinking, because, you know, even though all these stories are about me, and these are real stories, by the way, I will prove that in the eventual future as the channel grows, but I wanted to make a video on basically how I get chicks, and basically how not just me, but a lot of other people that I know get girls. So this video doesn't just have my voice in it anymore. It also has my teammates' voices. If you guys don't know who my teammates are, basically, I'm in an org called Illuminate. Shout out to you guys. Love you guys. Make sure you guys go subscribe to them. Basically, they're like homies of mine who actually help me with grow and help me with a lot of things in this channel. And today they're gonna help me out and also give you guys tips to basically get the right girl for you. I guess that's the way to do it. So first we're gonna go with theirs, and after that I'm gonna give my opinion, and overall we're just gonna say, you know, what's the way to get a girl 101, or in other cases, how to get the devil's tango. Now let's get straight into it. First person, go.
Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Virix. I'm a YouTuber, father, and CEO of Illuminate. So yeah, I might want to listen to me. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing you guys need to know is that there is somebody for everyone. No matter how ugly you feel, how short, how tall, how fat or skinny you feel, there is somebody for everybody. I'm telling you, there are plenty of fish in the ocean, so do not ever worry about that. You will find your one. Now, if you guys are just thirsty, I mean, the first tip I'm going to tell you is just hop on Tinder or Bumble or Grindr if that's your thing, but this is for my people of age. Now, step number one on how to talk to a girl is relate to her. Try to relate to her. Try to make sure you find somebody that maybe does the same thing or has common interests as you do, because if not, you guys are going to kind of get bored, maybe clash, I don't know, but definitely relate to the girl. Now, there are relationships where people are polar opposites, but those are honestly very, very rare. Now, step number two on talking to a girl is just be yourself. Honestly, a girl loves somebody that can be themselves, whether that is a quirky person, funny person, a very confident person. Just be yourself, because at the end of the day, they're gonna end up meeting the real you if you take it that far. Which leads me to my next thing, and that is don't try too hard, or you can either come off as a douche or make a big fool of yourself. At the end of the day, there's only two directions this can go. She'll either like you or she doesn't like you. And like I said, don't worry, because there are plenty of fish in the ocean. With that said, also take your time, because at the end of the day, in due time, even if you're not looking for a partner, one will definitely come to you. So that's pretty much what happened with me and my girl. Honestly, wasn't really looking for anything, and now we even have a baby boy together. So those are my tips as a father and somebody who's had experience with millions of women. Okay, maybe not millions, but anyways, I'll go ahead and pass it on to the next.
Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Mezzy, and this is my tips on how to get girls. The time and the place always matters. An example of when to not hit on girls is while they're at work. Say you're out to eat and you have a nice looking waitress. You may flirt with her and she could totally seem into you, but they may only be sending those signals because they're trying to be professional and nice to you, the customer. How you approach the female for the first time is always key. The first impression is always gonna matter. You want to make sure you're dressed nicely. I wouldn't say you would have to go all out, but definitely a nice outfit would help. The second thing, your scent. A girl always loves a good smelling man. I'd like to call it kitty potion, if you know what I'm saying. And the third, personality. Personality is most important. You don't want to come off weirdly, so be yourself. If the girl isn't feeling you, I'm sure you would know. In my personal experience, girls have always been more into me simply because of humor. You definitely have to be cautious on what you say, but if you happen to say the right thing and you can get the girl to laugh or even just crack a smile, I would say you're getting somewhere. A big key into forming a healthy relationship is not rushing into things. Take your time with the girl. Get to know her, let the time drag on, and as you get to know the person more and you guys connect, eventually the goal of getting into a healthy relationship will be achieved. Not everything is going to work for everyone because, you know, everyone is different. But as a man who has a child and has been in long-term relationships, these have tended to work for me. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day, and I hope everyone enjoyed the video. It's been Mezzy, guys, and I'm out. Peace.
Hey guys, it's Shin here, and these are my tips on how to get a girl. Having confidence is a major key into how she'll react to you when you approach her. You want to have a swift walk, head high, chest out, and just an open expression on your face to make her feel more comfortable to talk to you. Don't fold your arms, scratch your neck like you came off of something. Talk a little bit with your hands, and check your posture when you're approaching her. Don't go too fast or too nervously, because in the end game, you're coming up to another human, so you need to act like one. Another tip is knowing what she likes. It tends to invite more topics to the conversation, but don't be that guy who is suddenly obsessed with ballet because she is. Like, what music do you like? Have any good hobbies? What's your favorite food? These are all topics I like to touch on when I'm talking to her, because I like music. I like doing things, and we all love to eat, right? My last tip that I have for you guys is humor. When it comes to humor, it is an art form. You don't want to be viewed as a clown, so skip the stand-up routine and just have some fun with her. Girls can tell when you're trying too hard. Relay back to previous topics, understand the topic at hand to invite the humor into the conversation. Once again, don't try too hard. If you can make a girl laugh, you can make her heart laugh. Girls like funny guys. It's what I use. Now, just go out and give it all you got. On to the next person.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ud, and I'm here to tell you how to pick up girls one-on-one. I have 3 rules to pick up any girl. I promise you it'll work. Number 1, just be yourself. Girls love nothing better than a guy that could be himself. It's super attractive, and the more you hang out with them, you'll notice they'll start using your slang or your funny remark, and at the end of the day, that's a W in my book. Number 2, sense of humor. If you can make a girl laugh, I'm here to tell you, soldier, you completed your mission, because once you make a girl laugh multiple times, you already moved up in the attractive meter. Girls find a guy more attractive that has a sense of humor, even if they're not the most attractive guy. Just think of it as you're making their day better. I promise you, it worked. I wouldn't lie to you. Ask Bubba. Now, number 3 is the most important part. Literally, if you cohesive all those 2 other ones and add this to number 3, oh my god, you're gonna be getting anybody on the planet. Who's your celebrity crush? You'll probably get her. Alright, number 3, just remember, be confident. I promise you, girls love nothing more than a guy that's has confidence. Girls are very indecisive at times, and they like it when a guy can make decisions, just as, what are we gonna do today? What are we eating today? Etc. Just remember these 3 rules. I call it the 3 holy rules. I promise you, you'll find a girl, a girlfriend in no time. I want to see W's in the comment section if any of these helped you out, and don't forget to like and subscribe just because Bubba's a cutie. Peace out.
All right, guys, so now it's my turn to give you guys advice. So this is from me, the one and only Bubba, giving you guys advice from all the story times I've told to now. Now, this is something insane, and honestly, I'm going to be straight up and honest with you. This is actually something that I've always done, especially in my story times. You guys haven't tell. First thing I always do is I never actually, like, you know, try, to be honest. Like, yes, be yourself, be compassionate. I think a lot of us have said that, but at the same time, though, one thing you should always make sure of is that you be yourself, because if you don't, then you're just going to be weird, bro. And also have confidence. Don't try to pull a persona. Don't try to catfish. Don't try to do any of those, because if you guys can tell from my stories, it leads to a dangerous path, and it could lead to something, well, sus. And as for doing the devil's tango, honestly, there's always a right time and a right place to do it. Don't be like me and do it whenever you think is right, on the spot, boom, right there. Either it could be in a theater, a Walmart bathroom, which is a future story, by the way, but you know what I'm saying, guys? Just be yourself, and there's a right place and a right time for everything. Now, like I always say, I love you guys, and fall for more embarrassing stories or tips and tricks. If you guys have any more comments you guys want me to answer down below, just go ahead and ask. All of us are down to hang out. And also subscribe to Illuminate. Thank you guys for helping me out with this video. Anyways, peace.